If you like the video, it'll be my honor if you can like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And there are a lot more figure diorama photography as well as figure height comparison at the end of this video, so please watch and enjoy until the end. Now, let's begin. Hello everyone, how's everybody doing today? And today we are going to be reviewing... I'm excited! This is from Dororo, and the character, as we all know, Hyakkimaru. And as usual, it's from Mac Factory Figma. So I'm gonna stop the rotation and let's see this awesome character. I'm just gonna adjust some light so you can see better. And yes, I love the brown. It's very Hyakkimaru style, and that's Figma 469. It's quite amazing they actually made 469 figures. But anyhow, the side we see Hyakkimaru, and on the back, as we can see, here we go. And on the side, I really love this pose. This is an awesome pose. And yes, there we go. The bottom the same. And let's open the box. So here he is, Hyakkimaru from Dororo. And my figure kind of has an issue standing. It really doesn't like to stand. It's a miracle that he's standing right now. But let's see what kind of hands he comes with. His hand comes with two open hands and two, well, sword holding or holding whatever hands, and he comes with two fist hands, and then you also get a puppet arm. There we go, puppet arm holding hand. And yes, that's very minimalistic for Figma because they usually give us at least 4 pairs of hands. We get technically 3 plus maybe 1 kind of thing. So that's not much. And as you can see, both of the hand is the puppet hand. So meaning that for this Hyakkimaru, both of his hand is still in a puppet state. Now, if you haven't watched Dororo, Dororo is a human being but who lost his body. He was a sacrifice to the demon, and he lost his arm, face, and vision and everything. And the puppet master came, gave him a body, and he's hunting down those demons to get back his body. So his both arms, as you can see, is a puppet, and you can see his sword is hidden here to cut those demons. And his leg, the right leg, is a human leg, so this is the one that he got back from the demon. And did I say left? Or his right leg is the flesh, and his left leg is the puppet. Now I still had the plastic piece inside his kimono, so I'm just gonna take that out. Now there we go, and yeah, let's go with his face. Now I'm not too sure if this face is his skin face or it's a puppet face. I'm not too sure because even when he got back his skin, Hyakkimaru's vision wasn't back until like the very end of the series. So I am not sure if that's a skin face or not. But as usual, he's more like a Sasuke character in the Dororo series. His original manga, he is a very different character. Actually, the entire series is very different. Hyakkimaru was a much more man, strong man, alpha male kind of guy in the comic. And now for the animated series Dororo, they changed him drastically. And I think that was a good change. Maybe it wasn't, some comic fan or manga fan might not like it because he's so different, but depending on the time and era, things does change, and I think it was a quite good refreshment done. But if original manga fan hated the chain, I kind of understand that, because the fans, you know, we want accurate representation, and sometimes we get something 180 degrees different, which is kind of his case. Then some fan or many fan might, you know, be upset. I totally get that, but I was quite okay. I read the manga, and he's really different, but that's okay for me. Now, yeah, and we get this angry face, which we've seen him a lot in the end of the series, and I like it. Look at the teeth. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Look. And yeah, it's really well done. Now you also get another face, which I really love, is the one that he's, you know, holding onto his arm. He does that because both of his arm is a puppet, and he needs his mouse to, well, remove the arm to expose his blade. But the horror comes that the arm pops off really easily, and you get this horror right here. I don't mind, but this pops off really easily, so I do, you know, if I were Max Factory, I would have just glued that on. I would probably use a blue tack to hold it in peace, because that comes off really, really easily. Now, you also get a blade. Well, this one is when his arm got destroyed, and so he's using the wood piece and a cloth to reinforce it so that the arm is holding onto the sword. We've seen that in the anime, and we also get the regular non-damaged hand. And yeah, I like the oops, sorry, I wasn't showing in the camera. I like it. It's really nice. Maybe a little too silver, like dark silver, but that's okay. It's the beauty of this side is hard to see, but when you look at carefully, you can see it's a two-tone silver, the lighter silver on the edge and the darker silver on the top. I like that detail. That's really nice. And you also get a regular katana. And yes, we anime fan loves katana. Funny thing that they done a experiment or study in the Shonen Jump series that what kind of manga sells well, and any manga that has sword tend to do better than those that doesn't have any sword. So yeah, it was Bleach. Naruto's kind of hard to say because they have sword, but not, you know, it's more like ninjutsu. So, but anything to do with sword, they tend to do better in Japan. And yes, Japanese is about samurai and so on, so that's nothing surprising. But you know, something I just wanted to throw out there. Now let's see his articulation. His head tilts that much, and I sorry for the strong light. It's nighttime, so I'm using a spotlight. Tilts that much. That's kind of freaky. And his head go down that much. Maybe I'll make him look that much. And I love the hair. Look at it. It's really. And back then in Japan, well, you know, Europe and everywhere was the same. This era, people can't take baths too much, so your hair does get a little greasy. In Japan, we use comb, and to, you know, we in back then, unless you're like a shogun or someone, back then people only took baths maybe once a week and so on. And Japan is one of the, well, bath loving culture. Greek and Japan, they're like the two biggest bath loving culture, and they only would have been able to get baths once a week and so on. So we use comb to comb the hair, get rid of any fleas or whatever that might be, you know, going in, and we use a oil to, you know, make the hair very refreshed and so on. So having this kind of hair, not wet, bundled up and so on, is quite accurate in that era. So I really love that detail that's shown here. I'm not too sure if that the anime was focusing on that or the Figma was focusing on that, but just, you know, just for your information. And yes, I love the hair detail. It's really nice. Now going back to the articulation, sorry guys, goes 360, and his head will look up that much, fine. Look down that much, which is good. His hair goes 360, and it has the ball joint, so you could kind of, it's limited, but you can kind of play around with it. Now his arm comes out that much, but if you do that, you'll be exposing a lot inside. And I just realized it's his, I don't know if you can see well, but his body has a black, I don't know if that was anime accurate, but it has a flesh tone and a non-flesh tone. I'm not too sure if that's accurate, but anyhow, if you bring his arm up, then you'll be exposing his body. So maybe the maximum you can do is maybe, because when you bring it up, it's also pulling this side too. So yeah, you gotta, maybe you pull it up and play around with it. Yeah, you can play around with it to hide the exposed body. So, but if you're, you know, a lady, then yeah, you can see Hyakkimaru's body. Yeah, right. All the yellow tone voices. But anyhow, it's his elbow goes that much, which is very good. His hand goes 360. It goes up that much, really nice. Goes down that much, really nice too. Now his body, I'm not too sure if you can do. No, you can't, because his backside is also one part. Actually, yeah, you can do 360 with this body, but let's see how he can do his ab crunch. His body keeps exposing his skin, so I don't know how am I gonna do this, but let's see. His ab crunch will go lots of noise, that much, but you can see his body is going back to, I can bring it down, then he'll go back because of all the rubber material that doesn't want to bend. So yeah, maybe just that much. It almost have no back crunch at all. That's okay. Well, she's a puppet, so she should be able to do a lot of unique poses, but not with this figure. Now he could open that much, which is really nice, and come out that much, which is also really nice. Now let's just bend this. Man, his leg is so skinny, and that's the machine or puppet leg, but his real leg is also skinny too. Now it bends a lot, really nice, and his foot goes, or ankle goes down that much, really good, and his foot goes that much, really nice, and also goes down that much, really nice. I love it. The leg is perfect. Now let's go a little more onto the detail of his body. His arm does go out that much, which is better than most Figma characters. Just that his kimono front area keep flapping out. So anything to do with kimono, it's really hard. The Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba is they're releasing, Figma's releasing a figure on that, and there's another company called Aniplex that's also releasing it, and Aniplex is using a real cloth, and I think that's a better answer when it comes to kimono, because kimono is really flapping around, so it's really hard. Also, like, you can't make him sit down with this. It's technically it's a skirt, right? So anything to do with kimono, I think the only way to do it right is to use the real cloth, because Hyakkimaru is going to be standing all the time, and in Japan we sit down, you know, in a seiza style, but that's the max we can do. Where the Aniplex one going to be using a real cloth, so, and they can do Seiza very well. Seiza is the Japanese way of sitting down. It's like I got an Iron Man right here, so I'm just going to use Iron Man, and you know, sit down like this. Not working too well, but it's a Japanese way of sitting down. It's a cultural thing. I do it sometimes, but actually I do that a lot. But yeah, in Hyakkimaru, in Figma, you can't do that. So it's a little bummer, but I understand. Having a cloth material is really, it's a different department. It's not a sculpting department. It's not an articulation department. So you have to kind of have a dedicated team for that, and I don't think you can do that for Figma, because well, they produce a lot of figure, and I don't think they can catch up with that. One thing with my Hyakkimaru is his leg length is different. I don't know if that's purpose, but for that reason it's really hard for him to stand, but now he's standing right now. So let's see how he'll look with his face swapped. Now to do that, we also have two different kind of hair. So this hair and this hair, the difference is technically this one, more of the action hair. It's hard to notice, but it's more, you know, in the air kind of thing. The air is blowing hair. So if we put that on, there we go. His face kind of gets hidden, or his eye gets hidden a little bit, and it's blowing to, well, this side kind of thing. Now let's change his faceplate to a pissed off Hyakkimaru. I'm gonna use the regular hair because it shows the face better, and maybe not. It reminds me of Sasuke from Naruto, but yeah, it's really nice. I like it. I really like it. Yeah, it's really nice. I really like it. Now if I swap that, there you go. So yeah, and I love this face. It's awesome. Yeah, one thing I just wanted to say is that Hyakkimaru's arm, the puppet arm, when he pull out the arm, his arm or hand is more like this, like no power. And yeah, I kind of hope they would have replicated this, you know, like not living doll hand instead of fully open hand for this hand. How many times I said hand, I have no idea, but yeah, hope they could have done that. But that's a minor, small little thing, right? Nothing to be nagging about. Just saying, guys. I love Hyakkimaru. He was so awesome. Okay, and yes, you can change both hands. Let's see. Okay, and there's no left or right, so I'm just gonna chuck this in. Chuck that in, and there you go. Kind of reminds me Edward Scissorhand. Yes, and just that you have to keep hiding the front kimono because it just keeps showing his chest. The lady might like it, but oh well. There you go, that looks nice. Or if you want to have his hand back like so, and take out his hand and use a sword hand like that, you can. This is a big sword handle, but oh, it golden really nice, so you can do that too. Actually, I think I purged this way. Yeah, it looks nice. Look at that. Looks nice, really nice. Now you can also swap this hand and put his... Oh, what am I doing? This is for the leg. Yes, I am so sorry. It was a while ago, so I don't kind of remember how this show went, but yes, there we go. He has his... So you can do this 3 sword style, much like Zoro from One Piece. But yeah, this figure has a lot of play factor. You can play around a lot with this. Articulation is quite good. The posing is really nice. The pose articulation is kind of wobbly. His leg is really good. Just that his kimono, as usual, is really hard. Just because, well, kimono is not something that you can express well with plastic, like dress. Princess Leia, Star Wars, the figure art gave us the plastic dress. It's technically a cone, so you can't do anything with her, something like that. So anything to do with long dress, even Darth Vader's he doesn't have a skirt, but he has the side cloth, which is mostly done by plastic, and that's really pain in the ass. But yeah, it's something that really need to be explored more. Maybe someone can invent a super soft plastic, or there must be, maybe someone can make a dedicated cloth department for figures, not too sure. But yeah, overall I really like him. He can kind of do the well, I'm trying to make him sit down so that he can at least, dine something, have food sitting down. But no, he's gonna be popping back up. One thing I really wanted them to do was Hyakkimaru. By the way, this sword will not come out. Well, his handle does come out, but it's not like the sword is inside. But anyhow, one thing I really wanted was, I wanted Dororo. And I think a lot of people wanted Dororo too. And Dororo, the small character, right? So maybe give us a deluxe version with Dororo, because on the Max Factory website, the exclusive was a fish, stabbed into the sword. And I look at it and I was like, no, that's not what we want. That's not an exclusive anyone cared. We wanted Dororo. That's the only character we wanted. Hyakkimaru is incomplete without Dororo. She's the character that sparked life in him. So yeah, I really think that was a big missed opportunity for Max Factory. That was no brainer. Why you do that? There's a game called Odin Sphere, and there's a girl character called Glendale, and they gave her a deluxe version with a massive wing, and that was really nice. I love the game. It was so beautiful, and that was a really nice, respect to the fan. But then Hyakkimaru, why you didn't give us Dororo? The title itself is, Dororo, right? Well, the comic is Hyakkimaru, but it says Dororo, right? So give us a deluxe edition with Hyakkimaru. And if say, hey, I got a good idea. Max Factory. Well, I should be talking in Japanese, but this is an English channel, so I'll be talking in English. I got an idea. I got a really good idea. Re-air the Dororo animated series in Netflix or whatever, and so that there's gonna be more audience watching it, and then re-release Hyakkimaru, but not in this version. Maybe give him a more flesh, no puppet version. It's more flesh version, and give us more face variants, and then give us Dororo, so that you can kind of recycle the clothes, you can recycle most of the part just not reissuing the character, or hell with it, you can reissue Hyakkimaru, just give us Dororo, I'll buy it. Screw that. But anyhow, yeah, that's my review. I'll be taking some photo, and I'll be looking forward to take some photo with this guy, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much for watching my figure unboxing photography review. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Currently, there are only 6% of my audience who are subscribed, and I feel a little bit lonely here, so your subscription will give me inspiration to go on further. Thank you again, and see you all soon. 遊びでやってるんだよ。